Hi guys, welcome back to another facial walkthrough video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a custom 60-minute facial on a brand new client. Today the main focus for her facial is rehydrating her skin. She put on her consultation form that she pretty much struggles with dry skin every day. She also mentioned on the consultation form that her routine is full of hydrating products like hyaluronic acid and moisturizers, which tells me that there must be a buildup of dead skin on the surface, and I can feel that as I start to work on her skin. I'm going in with the first cleanse. I decided to use Circadia's Vitamin Veil Cleanser. This cleanser is going to nourish her skin with vitamins and minerals while melting away anything that's sitting on top of the surface. I always recommend to every single one of my clients to double cleanse every single night, and this is a great option as something that you could use as your first cleanse. The rich oil texture of this cleanser is also going to replenish the lipids in your skin, leaving you feeling nice and hydrated. I double cleanse all of my clients at the beginning of their facial to ensure that the treatment I'm performing on them is actually doing what it needs to do, which means I don't care if you come to your facial appointment with makeup on, because regardless, I'm going to double cleanse. I am removing that oil cleanser with these disposable sponges and now getting ready to go in with the second cleanse, which is going to be a foamy cleanser. Her second cleanse is targeted towards your skin type. For her second cleanse, I'm using Lyra Clinical's Pro Exfoliating Cleanser. This cleanser has both glycolic and salicylic acid to help exfoliate the skin. Glycolic acid is going to help soften any rough texture on the skin, which will allow for better absorption on the enzyme that we're doing later in the facial. Salicylic acid breaks up oil and dead skin in her pores, so this will relieve any congestion that she's feeling. Those are two great active ingredients to introduce into her skin at the beginning of the facial, but I also love this cleanser because it's full of botanical antioxidants. The double cleanse portion of each facial takes me about 10 minutes. I'm a big believer in receiving results and relaxation with every facial, so after a couple minutes of massaging both cleansers in, I then like to go in with a hot towel to remove that second cleanser. You can see here that her skin is a little pink in some areas from that second cleanse. This is very normal since it has that glycolic and salicylic acid in it, and her skin is not used to those ingredients as she's never used them before. I keep an eye on your skin throughout the facial to watch out for things like this, because it will pivot where we go with the rest of the facial depending on how your skin reacts to each step, which is actually what happened in today's facial. So I am reaching for something a little bit more gentler for her exfoliation step, since we already saw some redness with that second cleanser. I decided to pivot and I did equal parts of Glymed's hydrating enzyme treatment and deep pore oxygen mask. Most enzymes do a really good job at exfoliating, but not so much at replenishing the skin. You usually have to go in with things afterwards to rehydrate the skin, but I love Glymed's hydrating enzyme treatment because it does actually do both. It's gently removing the dead skin buildup while infusing the skin with moisture. It's a great option for a first-time client or anyone who has sensitive skin because it actually uses fruit enzymes instead of acid enzymes. You can always use that product by itself, but I love to mix it with the Oxygen Deep Pore Mask from Glymed. This is like a bubble bath for your client's pores. This mask is actually really fun because you can feel it bubbling up in your pores. It feels like pop rocks on the skin. I want to let my client marinate in this for about 10 minutes. I like to give my clients the choice between a scalp massage or a shoulder and décolleté massage, and my lovely client today chose a scalp massage. I want every single facial to be as custom as it possibly can be, so another thing that I ask my clients on the consultation form is if they would like light, medium, or firm pressure. She chose light pressure today. I always make sure to turn my client's head from side to side when giving a scalp massage. I personally find that this feels amazing as the client receiving the scalp massage, and what I do to one side of the scalp, I of course make sure that I turn over and do to the other side of the scalp exactly the same. After letting her marinate in that for about 10 minutes, we're going to go in with our second hot towel of today's facial to remove it. I love to make sure that my hot towels smell good for my clients, but I don't like putting any fragrance directly on their face, so I will put it on a cotton round and put it in the towel warmer. A combination that I've been loving recently is orange essential oils mixed with lavender essential oils, and I've been getting a lot of compliments on this from my clients. Now that her skin has been double cleansed and exfoliated, we're going to move into the facial massage portion of today's facial. There is actually a lot of benefits to facial massage. For example, anytime I'm feeling puffy, I make sure to give myself a facial massage to help move that lymphatic fluid through my body. A lot of my clients comment on this at the end of their facial facial because they instantly feel a lot more snatched on their jawline. I love it because it's something that I can actually feel as I'm massaging your skin, and you guys getting to see instant results always brings me so much joy. This part of the facial is incredibly relaxing. I recently made the switch to stop playing spa music and instead I play acoustic hits. One of my mutual esthetician friends actually created a playlist on Spotify, and that's what I've been using, and I've been getting so many compliments from my clients specifically on the songs that play. It's been a nice change of pace for myself. Honestly, listening to spa music all day long would get kind of old after a while. I would find myself driving home in silence. But with this playlist, I've been having so much fun because I find that as I'm giving a facial, I really get into a flow based off of the song that's playing, and so it's been enjoyable to experience something different with every single client. And I don't have to worry about hearing the same songs over and over because I'm pretty sure the playlist is over 9 hours and there's no way I'm doing 9 facials in one day. We are now moving into the mask portion of the facial. As we wrap up facial massage, I do make sure to remove all of the massage oil off of the skin before applying the mask because you don't want it to be in the way and you want your mask to actually be able to penetrate into the skin. I chose Lyra's brightening mask for her mask today because this one will hydrate her skin and brighten it at the same time. It has 3 forms of vitamin C in it. I wanted to choose a brightening mask for her today because we did talk a little bit about PIE at the beginning of her facial, which is leftover marks whenever you have an acne breakout, and she has a little bit on her lower chin. Now, this is not an overnight fix for getting rid of pigment in the skin. That is something that actually takes a little bit longer, and it's based off of your home care combined with the treatments that we do. So for her, I recommended double cleansing every single night since she wasn't previously, but I also recommended Face Reality's Mandelic Acid and Lyra Clinical's Pro Light Serum. The reason why I recommend double cleansing is to ensure that you're properly cleansing every single night. So think of your first cleanse like sweeping and your second cleanse like mopping. And if you guys remember in the beginning, I mentioned how her routine is full of hydrating products, but she did not have anything that was exfoliating, which is why I chose Mandelic Acid. Because of the molecular weight of Mandelic Acid, it is actually a lot more gentler than other acids. So this is what I love to recommend for anyone who has never really gotten into chemical exfoliation before and is looking to start. Mandelic Acid is the ingredient that will give you that glass skin, but it's also going to help with her PIE. Lyra Clinical Pro Light is going to help get rid of that pigment, and I also recommended that she wear SPF every single day. Everyone should be wearing sunscreen every day to protect their skin, but especially if you are somebody who scars really easily or is working to try to get rid of any pigment. Every time you step outside, everything gets a little bit darker if you're not wearing sunscreen. And if you're complaining about wearing sunscreen every day, then I promise you just haven't found the right sunscreen. If you find the right one that you actually enjoy wearing and feels good on your skin, you will actually look forward to wearing it every single day. After I removed that brightening mask, I finished off her facial with toners, serums, beauty oil, and sunscreen, and can't forget the lippies, of course. Thank you so much for watching today's facial walkthrough video. If you made it to the very end, comment down below and tell me your favorite part of the facial. And thank you guys for always supporting me. I know I took some time off from making facial walkthrough videos. I've got a lot going on behind the scenes, but I feel re-inspired and ready to make some content for you guys.